It may make you sad to hear it, but this is the last story I'm going to tell you. I know you like to hear funny stories with jolly people and a happy end, but I don't have the strength for that anymore. What difference would it make if I lied to you? Well, my last story takes place in a land far away, a land that is about to die. It begins in the autumn forest. This is the story of Sadwick, the sorrowful clown. Sadwick is sleeping uneasily, like every night. And he doesn't even know that he'll destroy the world in the course of just a few days.
What a nightmare. Every night it's the same. I can hardly remember the last time I had a decent night's sleep. Spot? Where could Spot be? He usually comes to see me in the morning. Ben told me this kind of candle burns indefinitely. I'll say it's just pretending. What was that note again? Ah, yes. I remember now. It's where Ben sketched out how the human cannonball act is supposed to work. It's so unfair. He can even draw better than me. The most important thing is a solid barrel for the cannon. After all, the cannoneer shouldn't be harmed when he blows me sky high. That's supposed to be me. Ben didn't get the fearful expression on my face right, though. Ben?
Yes?
Did you put that note up here?
Yeah, I wrote down the instructions for your human cannonball act.
My human cannonball act?
Sure. You must be able to do something useful, right? And Grandpa is getting too old for that kind of thing.
The plug is attached to the mouth of the barrel. It's the only way to get enough pressure to blow me hundreds of yards into the air. Oh boy, how I hate this act. A parachute should provide a safe landing. Then there's nothing to worry about, is there? A small bomb or some gunpowder are sufficient. Just load the cannon and light the fuse. Everything else will turn out fine. Seriously, that's what it says. Everything else will turn out fine. I can't believe this is real. Ouch! Oh, damn. This is going to blister. Why do I have to be so clumsy? Our old stove. The handle is broken off. That's no use. The handle is broken off. Wobbles, roughs, small bells. I'd be less embarrassed wearing a potato sack. I can't reach it. That's too bad. Wobbles, roughs, small bells. I'd be less embarrassed wearing a potato. This rock reminds me of one of the most basic principles of life. No matter what you have accomplished, no matter how big your paws or how sharp your teeth are, you can still end up being a doormat for a band of circus clowns. Oh. Oh boy, that was close. Ben will pay for this. I could have croaked.
So funny.
Ah yes, the broken stovepipe. Quite funny how the mind works. Since the handle broke, I've made a fuss about how cold it is, forgetting how I always complained about the smoke before. There's only that stupid note in there. Ben made me write down all my chores. Pure harassment, if you ask me. Oh. Ah, what the heck. I'd better collect the note anyway. Maybe I'll find a fire somewhere. That's Ben's spare hat. He doesn't like to wear it quite as much as he used to. He says it sags too much since I spilled all the starch.
Sadwick! You awake? Come here at once. The day's already wasting away.
Right. Another happy day in the colorful world of the circus. Spot! Don't just lie around like that. What's wrong with you?
What do you think's wrong with him?
Maybe he's sick, the plague, or food poisoning,
Don't talk such nonsense.
worm fungus, blue pox. It could be anything.
He's thirsty, Sadwick. That's what happens if you don't carry out your chores properly.
Spot can take it. He's tough.
You've got a lot to learn. Caterpillars don't grow very old. Not if you treat them like this anyway. You better get used to the idea.
You're just saying that to annoy me.
I'm serious. You better give him something to drink.
Yeah, whatever, Ben. Come on, let's go, Spot. We'll get you something to drink. And after that, maybe we can finally do something useful. Hello, Grandpa.
Oh, hello, Ben. You look different. Is that a new hat you're wearing?
I'm not Ben, Grandpa.
I know, Ben. They don't make hats like they used to anymore.
I'm Sadwick.
When I was a little clown, we used to wear real hats with big, firm bubbles.
Sadwick, your grandson.
I could knock out a full-grown ox with my bubbles. I know that poor animal, but that's the way people liked their hats back then. Now, what can I do for you, Ben?
Say, Grandpa, you've seen a lot of things in your time, haven't you?
You can say that again. You can ask me whatever you can carry.
What do you know about the Autumn Forest?
The Autumn Forest is it's an enchanted place full of mystery. Strange creatures dwell there, but not as many nowadays as in the past. In ancient times, lots of diverse tribes lived there. You can still find traces of them in ruins and in caves. When I was a child, half the valley was submerged underwater. Now, there's only that little lake with the island. That's all I can
That's not surprising. You'd even...
But
That doesn't count. You're just guessing.
but I'm right.
Why? Yes,
See? That's all I need to know. Oh, please let it be green.
Do you know anything about nightmares and visions?
I know enough that I can't give a profound opinion about them. Only real oracles can interpret dreams. And they're the only ones that can tell you if it was a vision of some sort. I once thought I had a vision too, you know. Yes, an angel appeared and told me that one day my pantaloons would save the world. I was so excited. I went on pilgrimages, gathered disciples around me, and performed services. And all that without ever changing my pants. Finally, a gypsy told me that it had only been a nightmare. Oh, Ben, you can hardly imagine how embarrassed I was. 5 years in a monastery, simply because I had chili casserole before bedtime.
You know what? I'll just look it up myself.
Yes, couldn't hurt. I might still seem quite bright in the head, but sometimes the details get a little mixed up.
I wish you wouldn't always mistake me for Ben.
I know. The world is a vale of tears when you're young. Everybody's against you. But there are worse things than tight hats and pinching shirt sleeves, you know.
I'm paying close attention to your words of wisdom, like always.
When you're old, there are tight pains and pinching pantaloons, too. And this, my boy, is the most important lesson to take into old age. Loose-fitting pantaloons are the most loyal friends you could ever ask for.
heavens. Did he manage to bring his pantaloons into the conversation again?
I had one of those terrible nightmares again.
There's a cute saying I remember from my boyhood on that very subject. What was it? There, I forgot.
You mean the old saying, dreams are 10 a penny?
What? That's nonsense. Dreams are not 10 a penny. I once knew a guy who sold dreams at considerably higher prices. Now that I think of it, that guy might have been me.
Who in the world bought dreams?
No one. Well, that was where the plan fell short. But it was worth a try. There are always fools who spend money on any little nonsense.
See you later.
Cheer up, Ben.
All right, Spot. Time to have a drink. There you go. Bruno and Spot get along quite well. Bruno won't eat Spot for dessert, and Spot stopped biting Bruno's toenails. In this condition, Spot would make terrific bait. Too bad the trap is much too small for him.
Can you tell me what's wrong with Spot?
I gave him something to drink, like you said.
I hope you didn't give him the water from the laundry tub. Heavens, Sadwick! It's full of starch.
Who cares? Spot seems to be all right.
That's what Bruno was for. I hope to teach Spot how to open doors, but he just can't reach the handle.
Keep your hands off the laundry. You'll only soil them again.
This costume won't come any cleaner. I've had to mend Grandpa's socks about 1,000 times, but he still refuses to do his bed of nails routine in bare feet. Grandpa's latest creation, petroleum soup. Inflammatory on the stomach, highly flammable in general, and a hazard to all low-flying birds in the vicinity. That's Grandpa's third pair already. The last two were eaten by woodworm, and it's only a matter of time with these. Grandpa has always had a soft spot for animals. I'd rather leave him in there. It wouldn't be much fun to suck it through with a bottleneck for either of us.
Poor frogs.
Cooking is one of Grandpa's tasks, not mine. Not that I didn't offer to cook, but Ben objected. It's a sign of how low his esteem for me is. I mean, petroleum soup? Seriously. Well, who would have thought? Those really are regular recipes. There goes my theory that Grandpa is preparing our meals from the fishing bait manual. Well, who would have thought? Those really are regular recipes. There goes my... Cooking is one of Grandpa's tasks. It's a sign of how... I mean... The fire dragon trap is empty once again. Grandpa always uses Nawahi eggs as bait. The trap is empty, and that's how it should be. Fire dragons are flying sources of fire that tend to spontaneously self-ignite. Needless to say, Spot is crazy about the little blighters. I'll wash my hands later. I've got the feeling I'll get my hands dirty a couple more times today. Hi, Ben.
Hi, sleepyhead. How often do I have to tell you? Rehearsals start at sunrise.
It's not my fault. I slept very badly last night.
Slept badly? What's that supposed to mean? Not those nightmares again.
They're not ordinary nightmares. They always feel so real. The earthquake, the craggy rocks.
Good heavens, Sadwick. Now pull yourself together. You're a clown, a jester, an entertainer. You're supposed to make people happy, not depressed.
When's our next performance?
Who knows? This stretch of land is just as deserted as all the others we recently passed through. People are leaving the land. They fear the end of the world.
Can't someone else play the clown?
And what do you want to do instead? Lion taming? Just face it, Sadwick. You're not talented enough for the big acts. You can't juggle. You can't even perform your human cannonball act properly.
I'm just fed up with honking noses and farting sounds. Why can't we provide high-class entertainment instead?
And what would that be?
I'd like to do something intelligent is all.
Listen, we make good money without producing anything. What could possibly be more intelligent?
I've written a couple of poems.
Oh, please, spare me your poems. Believe me, nobody needs your cerebral whining.
I sneak to the mirror in the darkest of night. I stare at my image and just see the clown. The louder he laughs, the harder I fight. Oh, sinister world, full of hardship and frowns.
Well, Sadwick, that's exactly why nobody likes you. If you really must write poems, why not some funny limericks?
Limericks?
There once was a young circus clown who imagined the sky falling down. He imagined so bad that it made him quite sad. On his face, he wore always a frown.
Okay, no poems then. But how about theater?
Theater? Nobody understands those pompous blowhards. Do you know why people love the circus? Because they don't have to think too hard.
Ah, I get it. If somebody is in search of a real knucklehead,
He can come straight to me and...
his search is over.
Hey, wait a second.
All right. The theater idea is off, but how about philosophy?
What kind of thing?
What could be more entertaining than getting to grips with the very nature of existence?
Not getting to grips with it. Do you have more of those terrific ideas?
You're right. The circus is the only worthwhile form of entertainment.
Spare me your sarcasm. Nobody likes that kind of humor. Now, go and practice your burping alphabet. Or the human cannonball act.
My nightmares must mean something.
Nonsense. Dreams are for losers. The same with your books and your poems. It's time you got a grip on reality, the serious side of life. Does that ring any bells?
You mean colorful balls and makeup?
Geez, Sadwick, you're a real pain. You need to wake up and be productive.
Is there anything I can do?
Don't tell me you forgot your chores again. I even wrote them down for you.
Oh, those. That's not what I meant. I'd like to do something more important with my time. Something meaningful. Not this depressing day-to-day routine.
The sooner you do what you're supposed to, the sooner you can... Hey, don't you roll your eyes like that, young man. Responsibility is still responsibility. Preferably, you start practicing your human cannonball act. Or take a good look around the area. Maybe you can find somebody who wants to see our performance.
I'd rather do the latter. See you.
Yep, see you. And don't forget, keep smiling. You're a clown. Remember? Don't mess with Bruno, unlike you. He's already done his work for today.
Bruno sleeps almost all day. He has to drag our trailers through dark forests during the night. I bet he never has nightmares. On the other hand, maybe this world is his nightmare.
If only my arm was longer and thinner and it had 2 more elbows, then I could reach in and open the stove from the inside.
Oh, shit.
Unfortunately, Ben is right. Spot really was just thirsty.
O, hej, hej! Co tam u ciebie?
This chair's rocking days are long over.
Ogarniesz.
Do you need your dentures, Grandpa?
No, not really. We're having soup today. They'd just be in the way.
Bruno has teeth as big as roof tiles. I have a bad feeling it'll be my turn to clean them soon. Ew.
Dostałam zupełnie losowy ten kod na Steama. No i właśnie gram sobie to. No, ja też siedziałam do pierwszej. Stałam przed 7. Nie, kupiłam jedną grę i to jest gratis po prostu. Był gratis randomowy. Że co, tak mało spać? Nie. A tak od 2 tygodni już. Jakoś koło 3 chodzę spać, a wstaję przed 8. Też lubię poleżeć, ale nie mogę coś spać ostatnio, nie wiem dlaczego.
Are you collecting useless junk again? Oh, stop bothering me with it. You can see that I have my hands full.
No, thank you. I don't need a back scratcher. Since that unfortunate accident in the bouncy castle, my back has been made of wood, you know.
Have you carried out all your chores yet?
No.
Oh, why doesn't that surprise me?
Because chores are so stupid.
Oh, you want more intelligent chores. Do you think you'd accomplish more then? Or would you want to play them at chess? For the last time, carry out your chores.
Śmieszna ta gierka. Taka.
More recipes. Unreachable, like so many things.
Dopiero zaczęłam, także na razie ogarniam co tu. O, coś tu jest. O kurczę. Czad w tym miejscu. A tu coś jest, ja nawet nie wiedziałam. A. No. Ale to jaką grę, to będzie niespodzianka, bo planuję w to pograć. Bo muszę miejsce zrobić i ogarnąć wszystko. No, coś nowszego. Dużo nowsze takie.
After Bruno slayed the bear, we had to eat bear soup for a whole month. I don't want to think about what would have happened if the bear had won. I don't really want to know if that's one of Grandpa's regular ingredients. Grandpa looks even older than usual today.
Kompletnie nie mam pomysłu, co to zrobić.
To blow Bruno's nose would be a lifetime effort. Can I borrow your handkerchief, Grandpa?
Of course, my boy. Be my guest. When I was young, I always had a runny nose, too.
Spot doesn't need a handkerchief. He doesn't have a nose.
Are you collecting useless junk again? Oh, stop, you...
Nie jestem jakoś specjalnie dobra w przygodówkach. Tak, no to jest drugi wóz właśnie.
I shouldn't burn things at random just because I'm desperate. That's how I lost my ant friend. This rock reminds me of one of the most basic principles of life. No matter what you have accomplished, no matter how big your paws or how sharp your teeth are, you can still end up being a doormat for a band of circus clowns. Fetch, Spot. What are you waiting for? Don't you want to protect me? I taught Spot to open doors with this stove. Too bad the handle has broken off. He used to be really good at it.
Muszę rączkę do tego znaleźć i zatkać dziurę.
Grandpa's handkerchief could use some time on the clothesline too. Oh my, I hope that's only water.
Ale ja już wyciągnęłam, tam był klucz, wiesz? W tym ryju.
I shouldn't cram things into the stovepipe at random. Last time I did that, the whole trailer reeked of smoke for ages. Months later, I was still coughing myself to sleep. It's tempting, but no thanks. Ben thinks I'm a no-good, irresponsible, lazy clown as it is right now.
Nie znam tego. Trzeba zrobić coś głupiego.
Repairing the stove is not on my schedule. It's one of the many things Ben thinks is beyond me.
No brzmi nieźle.
No, Spot won't make very good bait. Those fire dragons are much too scared of him. Spot doesn't need a costume. I once had shown him a cape for the Burning Hoop act. It ended in a near tragedy, and since then we've been performing without a tent.
O, to muszę ogarnąć. Zobaczyć.
That's what Bruno is for. Spot doesn't need a costume. I once had shown him a cape for the Burning Hoop. It ended in a since
Nie mam zielonego pojęcia, co to zrobić.
caterpillars are way better pets. Toads can hardly hold anything. Spot is not going into the soup, no matter how much Grandpa keeps bugging me.
O,
There are
następny?
some juicy recipes with worms in here too. I'd better not
No.
let Spot see those. No, Spot, there's nothing to see here. I hope to teach Spot how to open doors, but he just can't reach the handle.
No, no. To będzie świetny pomysł. Znowu muszę czat przesunąć. Przestawiłam czat na ekran. Wiesz, przy takich grach to przeszkadza. W telefonie nie działo za dobrze.
That's wet already. Ugh. I shouldn't get my things wet. At least, not as long as they're in my pocket. I don't want to die of an infected bladder.
Is that Grandpa's hairnet? Jeez, what do you want to do with that?
Don't know. Maybe I'll grow a beard.
With your baby face?
Do you need a hairnet, Grandpa?
Only when I'm cooking, sleeping, or bathing. In other words, just when my hair needs to stay dry.
Spot doesn't need a hairnet, and he's not ashamed of his baldness either.
Keep your hands off the laundry. You'll only soil... Can you tell me what you intend to do with that shovel? If you want to do something useful, tend to the chores I've given you.
I hope you don't plan to dig over my compost heap.
No, of course not.
Good to hear that. It isn't necessary anyway. And you needn't make any unnerving discoveries either.
That's not suitable for attracting fire dragons. Grandpa always uses Noai eggs as bait.
Don't mess with Bruno, unlike you.
Grandpa is not a private person. On the contrary, he's an open book, but one whose letters have begun to fade, I must admit. I'd better not show that to him. He hates it when I go through his things.
Are those by any chance Grandpa's dentures? Put them back immediately. Or do you just want to eat soup for the rest of your life?
Mam pomysł, co pograć z tym. Na streamie, ale mi przyszło do głowy. Zwierzęta z elektrowni. Grałeś w to? Matka, to jest tak śmieszna gra.
The shovel is too big to jam between the jaws. I have a strong feeling I'll just have to make a grab for it. Goodbye, cruel world.
Oj, Boże, to jest tak potwornie śmieszna przygodówka, ale potwornie śmieszna. Rosyjska. Po rosyjsku. Z napisami. Ale no, to jest... Nie wiem, czy tytuł dobrze ci powiedział.
No chance. Ben has already tried to force the flap open, and he's much stronger than I am. If I could only reach it from the inside. No, the furnace is broken enough already. Like everything around here is slowly breaking down. I don't want to accelerate that process. I shouldn't burn things at random just because I'm desperate. That's how I lost my ant friend. I wonder if I could reach them with this thing. Let's just say I tried, but failed. I'm quite experienced with that anyway. I wonder if I could reach them with this thing. Let's just say I'm quite... We could have buried him, but we're clowns. We're not too deeply into respect and dignity.
No, tamto to jest... To jest zupełnie inny klimat.
Grandpa used to dry his hairnet by the stove before he put it on. Said it gave a relaxed feeling to his head, but that was before the handle broke off. Grandpa used to dry his hairnet, said it gave, but that was...
Okay.
I shouldn't cram things into the stovepipe at random. Last time I did that, months later I was still... This cork is hardly an adequate substitute for the handle. I don't believe this is after all. The tough, if I could only reach it from the... I'd better not bury that. Maybe I'll need it later. I'd better not rip the hairnet apart. I find enough hairs in my soup as it is. I shudder to think what would happen if Grandpa let his hair down while cooking. I've already given Spot something to drink. Dan once thought that'd be a good idea too. He couldn't juggle for 2 weeks. I was so proud of Spot. Thank God Spot doesn't have any claws. Who knows what he would do with them?
Hello, Grandpa.
Ah, hello, Ben. Is your hat still too tight?
Say, Grandpa, you've seen a lot of...
You can ask me whatever you can carry.
You know what?
Yes, I might stay, but some...
See you later.
Cheer up, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Oh, what do you want?
See you.
Yep, and don't... You're a... Are you collecting... You can...
That's not suitable for attracting fire dragons. Grandpa always uses Nawai eggs as bait.
I get about. Have to check online. What should I do next?
Where are you going?
I want to look around the forest.
Don't get lost.
Don't worry. What the...
I could have told you that. You and your sense of orientation.
Hi, Ben.
Oh, what do you want?
Why am I always getting lost?
Because you're good for nothing. Lack of orientation is just another thing on the long list of your inabilities. Without a map and a compass, you wouldn't even find your own feet. And what exactly are you doing?
I'm looking for my feet so I can kick you for what you just said. Where can I get a map?
I've got one in the trailer. It won't be easy for you to find, though.
Why?
You know how senile Grandpa is. I hid the map because he keeps mistaking it for one of his recipes.
Oh yeah, I remember. If I ever have to eat Northeast again, I'll be sick for sure.
Where can I get a compass?
I think Grandpa has one. Why don't you go and ask him?
Great. I might as well ask Bruno. Grandpa is so senile, he forgets what you asked if he tries to string two sentences together.
I might be a bit senile, but I've still got 2 ears with which I can still see very clearly.
Oh my, that won't be easy. See you.
Yep. See you. And don't forget, keep smiling. You're a clown. Remember?
Hello, Grandpa.
Ah, hello, Ben. Is your hat still too tight?
I want to take a look around the autumn forest, but I keep getting lost.
If you want to go for a walk, have you given Spot something to drink yet?
Yes, Grandpa. All done and finished.
Well, you've earned a little walk then. Ah, but be careful. The autumn forest is big and dense. Yeah, very, very much like my beard. You can very easily get lost in it. Again, very much like my beard.
I already noticed that.
You'd better take my comb. I mean compass with you. Now, where did I put it? I know, it's in the trailer, under the bed.
Great. Thanks, Grandpa. Under the bed, right?
Yes, under the bed. I like to take a pinch late at night.
Take a pinch of the compass?
Yes, I know, it's unhealthy. But at my age, well...
Are you sure you're talking about the compass? Don't you mean compote?
Compote? What are you insinuating? Did you nose around my notes? Besides, if I planned anything like that, it would be none of your business. You must consider all of the consequences of such a compote, you know.
A compote with broad ramifications?
Yes, so you better keep your nose out of it.
Oh, Grandpa, you're talking about a complot. You're planning a complot.
A complot? I have no idea what you're talking about. You don't need to plan a complot. I just made one not 10 minutes ago, right behind the trailer.
That's compost.
Impossible. I carry the compost with me all the time.
The compost?
It's in my pocket. I'm pretty sure it is. Just a second. Here it is.
Grandpa, that's not compost. That's the compass.
Really? Then where's the compost? Would you mind checking under my bed?
Sure. Just remind me again later, okay? Now, I'm taking a walk in the autumn forest.
Might be back for lunch, you hear?
No, thanks. I really don't care for petroleum soup.
What's that?
Oh, nothing really. Thanks, Grandpa. See you later.
Cheer up, Ben.
That could actually work. Hey, Spot, I need your help. We have to get this thing open. You think you can do that? All right, go for it. That was not too bad.
You better not show that to him.
He hates it when I go through his things. seen that Ben's casket? Though thinking out of the box may be a good idea, talking into a box seems rather stupid. Who am I trying to fool? I'm too weak to pry the casket open. I once had a casket for my baby teeth. They were extremely important to me. Then Ben found them and included them in a skit. I think it was about a barroom brawl.
Okay, where is that key? I have a key from this casket. Did I lost it somehow?
Ah, yes. The broken stovepipe. Quite funny how the mind works. Since the handle broke, forgetting...
I have the key. Where is it? It's like a book in this game. Sorry about that. I can't get advance any further. Well, without the key. It just disappeared from my equipment. So bye for now. I need to check how to fix it.